think one of the big difference in those 10 years is the increased severity of the security situation surrounding Japan, obviously led by the rise of China in the military domain that will continuously to pressure Japanese how to maintain the status quo. And if you look at North Korea, there has been, accumulated nuclear missile capabilities, and North Korea continue to pose the imminent threat upon us with renewed capability both on the nuclear missile. And one of the another fundamental change is the characteristic of the Russia in the Far East, that the acquisition of the long-range counter-strike capability is also a remarkable change that we have decided so far. Because as you are aware that the Japanese defense policy is historically be defined as an exclusively defense-oriented posture. So we are dealing with the incoming adversaries who intend to invade Japan. We will definitely try to deal with our territorial defense. But now we are declaring that we are going to engage the adversary far from our country, and that will definitely expand the flexible maneuverability of the self-defense force operations. But that also creates a lot of like a departure from the past orientation of our defense. In our document that we define China as a greatest strategic challenge, which is again very robust way to define China, as we in the previous documents we tried to regard China as a dual hedge. In one term, this is the security challenge, but in another term, China brings in lots of economic benefits to the Japanese economy. So the one of the terminology that we use for our China strategy is the the country which has a strategic relationship for the mutual benefits. And those have been the term that we, try to regard China for long years. But now that China exceeded to that level, that we need to bring in much more strategic competitive elements into our strategy. I think in terms of who are the imminent threat to Japan, and definitely that is North Korea, which has dozens of nuclear arsenals, and they are now diversifying their delivery technologies through developing various types of the missiles that can target Japan. And it is not only that the normal ballistic missiles, but they are now installing the like a Russian Iskander type of the range of the missiles, which have a very unique trajectory, which is challenging to our missile defense capability, because it's a kind of not unusual way of targeting us. And then the North Korea is said to be developing the hypersonic vehicles, weapons as well. So it might be extremely costly for Japan to prepare for how to deal with North Korean capabilities. As for Russia, it is extremely concerning that Russia has no longer having any hesitation to align with China over provocating Japanese defense, and also try to deny the U.S. access to the region. And we have observed even after the invasion in Ukraine that the Russian-Chinese entanglement in the strategy they are facing to the Pacific. I think a Japanese public awareness about the severity of the security situation surrounding Japan has been increasingly recognized, and especially that the Russian invasion of Ukraine last February has reminded the Japanese public that these types of the traditional warfare is the reality as of today in the 21st century. And that gives lots of thoughts that what if that the President Xi Jinping will be taking similar steps towards Taiwan, and that kind of causal relationship between how they try to imagine the relationship between China and Taiwan by emphasizing what happened in Russia and Ukraine was something that really triggered our security awareness in much, I think, realistic terms. But I think that some careful analysis will be needed is the countries beyond, whether United States or the major adversaries. But what about Korea? What about Southeast Asia? What about India, Australia? And those are the countries who we the Japanese wish to extend more potential to collaborate with each other, because after all that Japan solely cannot perform the deterrence and defense by ourselves. If we are aligned with like-minded states like Korea, Southeast Asia, India, and Australia, that could be the force multiplier for our defense.